So if we're trying to work on footwork, it's not the most exciting thing. Footwork's kind of boring. It's very monotonous. It's sometimes frustrating also because it's such like a easy thing, but it's the way we do it in boxing, it makes it a little bit more complicated. But once you get it, you get it. So I touched on it in other videos. I touch on it in class all the time. But footwork, you could spend hours on. We're not going to spend it. We're going to spend like 3 minutes on it. So we're in our stance right here, okay? And our hands are up, but we don't really care about our hands right now. But we're in a nice stance. And when we're doing this, we never want to be leaning forward, and you never want to be leaning back. Especially you don't want to be leaning back. So in your stance, whether you're bouncing forward and back, if I stop, I should be pretty much lined up. I shouldn't be leaning forward, backwards, or forward. I should be pretty much level the whole time. Now, all boxing consists of is basically 4 little steps. Whether you're coming in, coming back, moving to one side, or moving to the other side. It's just done quickly. So if we want to move forward, okay, in our stance, we push off that back leg without leaning backwards. It's just taking this weight, and I'm shifting about like 60-70% back here, and I'm just pushing off and coming forward. Okay? Now, same thing. If I'm going backwards, I just put that weight on my front foot, and I push back. Okay? It's not a dramatic 100% or even 90%. It's like 60%, just forward and back. It's tiny little steps. And what that allows me to do is, if I'm pushing forward right now, I can push forward, throw a punch, back up, and throw a punch. And if I need to move twice, I can forward, forward. If I move back, forward, backwards, backwards. And those are tiny little steps. So when we're doing this, something to focus on is, again, try not to let your head move forward and back. If you have a mirror that you can watch yourself, kind of stand sideways to it, so you can kind of fact check yourself. If you go like this and you see your head move, that's not good. You want to try to stay tall and without looking at yourself, go forward and back. So that's forward and back. Side to side is the same thing. It's just we're in our stance, our front foot's forward, our back foot's a little off to the side. So if I want to move this way, I'm going to take my back leg, again, load it up a little bit, and I'm going to push off of it. All right? If I want to go this way, push off of it, moving that way. It's not big. It's not like I'm trying to take huge steps. They're just tiny little steps. If I want to take 2 steps this way, over, over. 2 steps that way, over, over. And when I land, I should be pretty much in that same spot, or same positioning. Meaning if I'm like this, I shouldn't be, ending up like that. I should be in the same stance pretty much the whole time. So in short, your movements should be smaller, all right, and under control. If you want to move forward, push off your back foot. If you want to move backwards, push off here. If I want to move this way, you're pushing off that side foot. And over here, you're pushing off to the side. And that's kind of footwork in its simplest form.